Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Stranger Things. Holy Toledo and Batman. It's been, a year since we've watched Stranger Things? And longer for you guys, if you guys watched Stranger Things Season 2 when it came out. I only caught up with it last year. If you haven't seen my previous season Stranger Things reactions, there was a better way of wording that, but if you haven't watched my Stranger Things reactions yet, you can go. There's a playlist. Maybe I'll put up an iCard or something to the last two seasons. Yeah, love the last two seasons. Very curious as to where we're going from here. Hopefully this isn't the last season of Stranger Things. I know the creators said that they think that they can go for 4 seasons, so 4 sounds pretty good. But yeah, we are here with Stranger Things Season 3. Ha. Oh, God. Oh, man. For some reason, that's a tongue twister right now. That's not a good sign. Stranger Things Season 3. It's a bit of... I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Stranger Things. Yes, we're back. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get into this. Last time on Stranger Things, we had, what was it called? The Gate? What happened in that? God, it's been so long. We basically defeated the Shadow Creature by, or the Mind Flayer, by just sort of cutting off the Upside Down. So the Upside Down is just completely cut off. We closed all the gates and everything should be okay, right? Well, there's another season, so we'll have to see where that goes. Yeah, that's basically that, I think. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Yeah, don't be a dick. Don't put spoilers in the comments. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Also, we've got 2 other things to go over. The first thing is, because this is the first episode of the season, full length on this season is going to be available for free. Not this season. Good lord, what am I talking about? Dumbass. This episode. Jeez, that's an important distinction. Yes, full length on this episode is free. You go down in the description or to the pinned comment, if I remember to put a pinned comment. Sometimes I don't. But it'll definitely be in the description. You can go down and you will either be taken to YouTube if everything is all clear on YouTube, or you'll be taken to Google Drive. Either way, you get the exact same video. So, yeah, you can go there. I don't put in almost any show footage. There's a little bit at the beginning just to help you sync up. You're going to have to sync up your own copy of Stranger Things to the episode. You can follow along, and if you like that, you can head over to my Patreon, and you can pledge, it's $10 right now. You can pledge $10 and get all of my full-length reactions. Also, the last thing to sort of mention before we get into the episode is, if you want to watch my reaction to the second episode, my edited reaction, or my full-length reaction as well, to episode 2 of Season 3, you can head over to my Patreon. It's going to be up there right now. My reaction, edited and full-length, and you can go over on Patreon. You can pledge either $5 early access or $10 full-length, and you can watch episode 2. If you don't feel like doing that, it's fine. You don't have to, really. If you don't feel like doing that, then you can just come back next Sunday, and episode 2 of Season 3 will be up here on YouTube for free. Yeah. Let's get into this episode of Stranger Things. Here we go. Oh, goody. We're starting with the government. 1984. Interesting. Is that what we're up to in the timeline? 1984? I thought that was when the first series took place. Maybe I'm wrong. The first season. Don't tell me this is a gateway to the Upside Down. Don't you do it. This is like the beginning of the Avengers. What the heck? Yeah, they're going back. Dumb bastards are gonna carve their way into the Upside Down. What have you done? You stupid people. Shut this down. Shut this whole place down. Well, good. We don't need to go back there. Oh, that's probably worse. So the Russians are doing this? We're watching Stranger Things. Are like... Oh... The freaking communists are the villains this time. Oh my gosh. Alright, give me that intro. Man, the two of them are off to the races. Oh, the stash of destiny is here. Oh my gosh.
Hey!
Ah!
Elle, open this door.
Oh my gosh. For like half a second I forgot she had powers.
What's wrong?
Oh. Oh, it's good to be back.
God, that was priceless. Come on, come on.
I swear, if anybody hears about this, we're dead.
What is he doing? Where are they going? Back to the Future. Day of the Dead. Uh-oh. Oh. Did he sneak them into an R-rated movie? Ah, that music though. This would help if I had seen Day of the Dead. I've seen Night of the Living Dead. Oh, the entire place is going out. Is it the whole town? Ah, that music. Crap. That's not good. Oh, it's like forming from the smoke. Well. Oh, he can feel it. Oh, no. Yeah, that's gotta sting, too. I don't like people. I would never get in a pool with so many people there. Huh. No one works in downtown anymore?
And then Elle, she just slams the door right in my face.
Parenting advice.
You know, it is that smug son of a bitch, Mike. He's corrupting her, I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna lose it. I mean, I'm gonna lose it, Joyce.
Just take
Easy.
it down off her.
Yeah.
Wait for them to break up.
Well, I mean, they're just kissing, right?
Yeah, but it is constant. It is constant.
It was pretty
That
constant.
is not normal.
Talk to them. Like a heart-to-heart.
Maybe have Joyce with you.
Heart to heart?
I mean, I know everyone loves the mall, but how many small businesses have closed since it opened?
And that's why
Five
downtown
on
is
Main, at
closing.
least.
The missing mustard on my hamburger.
Oh.
You think you can...
It's not even that
Phil, she might be after your job.
I can talk to my girlfriend whenever and wherever I choose.
Girlfriend? Wait, so
Oh.
her name is Suzie?
Suzie with
Dude,
a Z. She's
lead
from
with
the
that.
Girls go to science camp?
So we can build an environment where we all feel comfortable and trusted and open.
Share our feelings.
Just lead with,
Sharing
these
our
are Joyce's
feelings. This isn't
words,
gonna work.
but they
It's not
still
gonna
mean
work. It's not
something.
gonna work.
Yes, it will. I promise.
It's not gonna work.
Come on.
Maybe you just kill Mike. I'm the chief of police. I could cover it up.
Got this.
And then
I promise.
11 will kill you.
You want to have dinner tonight? You can give me some more pointers.
Oh, there it goes.
I have plans.
Okay.
Blew it.
Curfew at 4? They're lying. It's been like this all summer.
It's romantic.
It's gross. It's bullshit. I just got home. Well, they're lost, right? Onwards and upwards. Suzie awaits.
I mean, none of them want to do this either. They just don't have an excuse. Well... Oh, God. Ew. Ew. God, why are they all exploding?
It will be the workout of your life.
I mean, you might be coming on a little strong.
Made it.
Yeah, only took 5 hours.
Oh.
Let me just play D&D. I'm so thirsty.
You know what? Yeah, I don't blame Mike and 11 for leaving. Aww. Come on.
Funny, don't you think?
Don't do this to me.
I just wish they'd get back together again already.
Ah, don't. Bob, quit being meta.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Dang it, I didn't see it. Wait. Disease rats. Uh-oh. The plot.
Hi.
Oh, this is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard and probably very cringy. He's trying.
What I wanted to say to you.
Uh-huh. Don't lose
is
it.
that,
Uh-oh. I think we're in trouble.
God damn it, Mike, you're not making this any easier.
You know what?
Don't.
Your mom called.
Fuck.
What?
Yeah. She needs you home right away.
Nothing! There's nothing wrong with Nana!
What?
He just needs to talk to Mike.
You lying piece of shit!
Oh, he's got your number, Slick.
You're crazy!
Crazy. You want to see real crazy?
Fuck.
You disrespect me again. Okay.
Oh.
Here's what's gonna happen.
The best scene ever.
To allow you to date my daughter.
Nod if you understand.
Okay.
You copy, this is Dustin. Over.
That was tense.
Maybe tomorrow we can play D&D. Or something fun.
Yeah, you guys haven't played D&D yet. What kind of season is this? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Ugh. Yeah, something gross hit it. Ah! Oh, is Billy gonna die? That would... Man.
Who's there?
Maybe not like this.
I said who's there?
Ah! Oh, this is not good. This is where rats were exploding. That's not good. Uh-oh. That's it, isn't it? Yep. That's it. That's episode 1. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alrighty. Oh, boy. We are back with a bang. Oh, God. Man, Mike really turned into a little shit, didn't he? That's crazy. Poor Hop. Okay. Wow, that was interesting. Now I finally understand the whole title, Suzie, Do You Copy? Because I was wondering, it's like, okay, what is... Like, who's Suzie? That's not a character we've established, but okay, I get it. And Suzie will not be a character because Dustin intercepted the Russian broadcast. Friggin' Russians? Russians are the villains now. It's like, we had friggin' whatever his name was in the first season. It's been so long. God, what was his name in the first season? I don't remember. Dr. Brenner, that's right. He looks like Bill Clinton. That's what I always said. But Dr. Brenner, yeah. We had Dr. Brenner, and then obviously we had the Demogorgon. And then season 2, we had Dr. Owens, but he really wasn't a villain. He was just sort of caught up in all this. And, he was just sort of caught up in all this. And then... obviously the overarching, I guess, sort of monster villain was the Mind Flayer, and now we have the Russians. The Russians that, okay, here's the question. Here's the question, obviously you can't tell me in the comments if it's spoilers or not. Because of spoilers, because, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I think... Because at first I was like, oh my gosh, another scientific team wants to tap into the Upside Down. At least they're putting the spin on that it's the Russians, that it's the communists, the USSR. So that's at least something different. And, they wouldn't know of, the horrors of the Upside Down. So that's interesting. I do like that little spin on it. And now it almost seems like, especially from that last scene... Whatever this new monster is, because I assume we kind of saw there was a new monster in the trailer, or basically whatever's happening, something's happening, and we basically, I think, whatever this is, if it's a new monster or something, it's being sent. Like, maybe this is like some sort of attack plan by the Russians to attack the United States. And it's just that it happens to be targeting Hawkins. So yeah, that would be my assumption. So let's kind of go over my notes a bit. So I wrote down New Gate. The communists have created a new kind of... I think they tried. I think that's what they were implying, was that they were trying to build a new gate to the Upside Down to try to tap into its power. But that didn't work. But I think something has come out of that, whatever, if it's a monster or something. But something has come out of it, and and that's basically what they're using. So I don't think they have a gateway to the Upside Down. I wouldn't be surprised if we never went back to the Upside Down in this season. I mean, we kind of got a little bit with Will's flashback, but that's about it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually didn't go back to the Upside Down. But instead, we've created something new from the Upside Down. So yeah. And I wrote down the communists. That was a good twist, because, for most of that first scene, no one said a word. And then, then they started talking and they were speaking in Russian. So that was a good twist. And I do actually like that it's someone else. It's not just, here's some other scientific team that's coming in to, get the plot rolling. Which technically it is. It is another scientific team, but this is completely different. This is on the opposite side of the world. It's not right there in Hawkins. So yeah. So yeah, the communists, interesting twist, interesting spin on this whole, because there always has to be some sort of evil scientist, or there always has to be some sort of scientific group that basically jumpstarts the plot. But see, whereas Dr. Brenner sort of stumbled into the Upside Down, he was mostly focused on Eleven's powers, and then they accidentally connected with the Upside Down. And then in season 2, that team was there just to sort of, pick up the pieces of what happened in season 1. This is very intentional. They are using this. They're going to try to use this for a weapon. They are specifically, it's like they weren't doing something else and they stumbled into the Upside Down, but it is very specifically, we are using the Upside Down and things in it so that we can attack the United States, because it's 1985, we're in the middle of the Cold War. Well, it was 1984 in the beginning, and now it's a year later. So this whole thing has been, sort of gaining momentum for the past year. So that's also interesting, which means, back in 1984, when that first scene took place, that was, if I'm correct, that is before season 2. That's between seasons 1 and 2, because I'm pretty sure season 1 was in November of 83, and then it ended in December. And then season 2 was October to November of 1984, and then ended in December. And now we're into summer of 85. So that actually took place before 11 closed the portals, basically. So yeah, so that's interesting. Okay, I wrote down 80s life. I just like that. We're catching up with all the characters after all this time, which was pretty cool. I really did like that. Catching up with all the characters. Jonathan and Nancy work at the Hawkins Post. Fucking assholes. They were such dicks to her. That's the other thing too. It's like that one guy who was like, "Oh, can you figure out why there's no mustard on here?" And then just this uproar of laughter, and it's like, it's not even that funny. It's like, if I was in there, I'd just be like, that's not funny. Like, I'd be sitting there as they're all busting out laughing. I'd just be like, that's not funny. That just wasn't funny. That just drives home how dickish they are. But yeah, so that was interesting. Let's see. We got, who else? I didn't actually write down, catching up with everyone. But Steve is working at the ice cream shop, because I guess he couldn't get into any decent college, I guess. So his father's like teaching him a lesson. That's basically what he said. So that's interesting. I do like that he's like sneaking them into movies and stuff, into R-rated movies. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, we had a bit of Billy and Mrs. Wheeler. Two characters I could give less of a crap about, but I understand why they put that in there. Because they kind of hinted at that as like, oh, they think they're kind of attracted to each other. They did that at the end of the last season, so they just wanted to keep going with that, and sort of basically they wanted to reintroduce us to Billy, so that he would be taken at the end. So that's interesting. Makes me wonder if Billy is dead, though. That whole thing at the end, but we'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, so let's see. So we had the power out, which I can only assume is somehow related to this beast or whatever. We don't have a name for it yet, but there was something there. All the rats at first were running away, as it was sort of gathering up all this dust and becoming almost like a tornado, basically. So yeah, so we had that. We'll have to see where we go with the beast. I I wrote down Will and PTSD. He kind of did. You know, I imagine with this whole thing with the Upside Down, it is almost like a sixth sense about it. Like, he has some sort of spider sense about the Upside Down and things from that. So I think that's it, is that, you know, while, you know, he's, like, getting freaked out, and, you know, they're very clearly illustrating it with the goosebumps on his neck. It's definitely, like, he can sense something is wrong. Something is happening, basically. So that was interesting. I love this little thing between Hopper, Mike, and 11. Cause okay, Hopper does have a good point. Hopper has an excellent point, but man, he could not handle that. And, you know, when he's, you know, trying to think of all the words and stuff like that, when he's, like, trying to think of all the words and, like, he's getting all the words and stuff like that from Joyce, it's very clear. It's like, this is not gonna work like this. Like, it's not gonna, those words don't work with him. So, but I did like the conversation between him and Joyce. I thought that was really, it was good, you know, him going to get basically parenting advice from Joyce. I thought that was really fun. And he's just so mad about it. Mostly, like, it's not that he really doesn't like Mike. Like, he kind of said, it's like, it's not that it's Mike, it's just that they're kissing all the time. Which, to his credit, they are. They are. He has a valid point. He has a valid complaint. Because that first scene, when it showed them, you know, they were just hanging out in her room, and I was just sitting there like, man, they are going to town. These two teenagers are going at it. And I was like, and, you know, obviously it makes sense that Hopper has a problem with this. And yeah, even in the next scene, it's like, they just do it all the time. It's like, just, why don't you guys do something? Play a game, read a book, do something. I don't know, just talk. But Hopper has a valid point. They are making out a lot, but man, he cannot handle that in any way, shape, or form. Which is so funny. I love it. And then, you know, he tried to do the whole thing with, he tried to use the words that Joyce gave him to try to calmly do that, but Mike was not helping that scene. He was making it worse all the friggin' time. He just kept making it worse. You know, by saying, like, oh, we're in trouble, and then whispering something into her ear, and she's laughing. So it's like, I can't blame Hopper for how he handled that. It's obviously not the right way to handle it, but I understand why he did that. And it was funny as hell. And, you know, getting him in the car, and I was like, oh, he's just gonna drive him home, and it's like, or we're gonna deal with this later. And then, you know, he closed because I almost thought he was gonna have Mike go home so that he could talk to 11. But instead, he's taking Mike home, and he's going to yell at him the entire way. Well, kind of, yeah. He's going to talk, and he's going to try his best, you know, to talk and not go crazy. And maybe, just maybe, at the end of that car ride, Mike will still be allowed to date 11. Which is really funny. Now, okay, I kind of mentioned this in the reaction that, you know, it almost seems like, you know, it's only now that some of these, you know, things are happening. Like, you know, Joyce being sad over Bob, you know, staying home alone and being like, you know, missing Bob. And now with Hopper getting so mad at Mike and 11 and how they're just making out constantly. And the fact that, you know, when Mike and 11 left the gang, just to go off and hang out with each other, you know, and Will was like, it's been happening all summer. It's like, only now? Only in the summer? They've been together since December, at least. No, in November, actually. It's like, they've been together since, like, November of '84. It's like, this is only happening now. This is only happening now that, you know, oh, well, they've been like this all summer. They've been like this all fucking year, and Dustin should have known that, you know? But maybe it is only now. Maybe it is only now. I don't know, man. You know, maybe summer, I don't know, summer brings out the horniness in everyone. It's a weird way of describing that, especially for teenagers, so we're going to move on from that. But yeah, it's like only now has this, you know, affecting their friends and definitely affecting Hopper. Or maybe if it was like, you know, if Hopper was like, you have been doing this for 6 months. It's like, that would be hilarious too if he said that it's like, they've been doing this for 6 months. Ugh. But see, I don't think they would have been doing it for 6 months because I think Hopper would have gotten onto them earlier. Anyway, we had the whole thing. I did like, you know, Dustin trying to create this battery-powered radio tower. That was actually kind of interesting, and, you know, trying to connect with his girlfriend, which didn't go through. I was hoping for him, man. I wanted him to succeed. But yeah, that was unfortunate that it didn't work. I'm sure he had a girlfriend. She never answered. But he did intercept the Russians, so that's good. We're moving right along in the plot, so that's good. And then the whole thing with the rats. First of all, the rats exploding. That was just disgusting. Ugh. That was so gross. But Billy presumably being the first casualty of this new monster. That's interesting. I didn't think they would actually do that. But that's definitely interesting that he is basically the first casualty. So yeah. So you know, of course, we have to see if he really is the first casualty. I would kind of assume so, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that's basically all I got for this episode. Great episode, and yeah, I'm very curious as to see where we're going from here. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Stranger Things reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon, where episode 2 is already posted, and you can follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.